moving on to some gaming news. EA has canceled their Black Panther game. Cliffhanger Studios, the studio developing the game, has been closed down. This is coming from Rebecca Valentine at IGN. In an email sent to staff from EA Entertainment's president, Laura Miele, Miele said that these changes, alongside their recent cancellations and layoffs, are being done to sharpen and focus and put their creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunities. To that end, Miele's email continues, the company is focusing on a small handful of franchises going forward: Battlefield, The Sims, Skate, and Apex Legends. Miele also reassures EA will continue to invest in its Iron Man game and Motive, and the third Star Wars Jedi game, as well as maintain its mobile business despite today's cuts. And according to Bloomberg, EA executives were frustrated that the game had not yet left the pre-production phase after nearly 4 years in development. And the studio was building something that was very similar to the Nemesis system from Shadow of Mordor that was supposed to be used in another canceled game, Wonder Woman. So yeah, I feel like it's understandably very easy to blame this on EA because fuck capitalism. But if it's true that they were like spinning their wheels for 4 years, it becomes a lot more understandable why this game got canceled. But we don't know exactly, what happened in the background that resulted in that stagnation. But either way, dissolving the entirety of the studio as a result sucks. Like, canceling the game makes sense, but getting rid of all those people and having them lose their jobs sucks.
Very much so.
Jacob Fisher DF on Twitter, I think, puts it perfectly. They say gaming right now is studios announcing a game that will take 6 to 8 years to develop, but then canceling said game 2 years later. It's almost like they shouldn't just be making games that take 6 to 8 years. There will always be a place for games like that, but not all superhero games, especially, need to be Insomniac Spider-Man or the Arkham games in scope. We need smaller and cheaper games with quicker turnaround times to be made and released in the years between these big projects so that they can turn a profit and keep the audiences engaged. I hate that we don't have any superhero games outside of Rivals right now. We're getting Cosmic Invasion from Tribute Games soon, and we need more games like Cosmic Invasion, to be honest. I've said it in a previous episode: make a Metroidvania Blade game or an Iron Man game, that's just an on-rail shooter. That, like, not everything needs to be these big open world games. Like, make something short and sweet that's just fun. Where you can get the experience of playing as that character. We do still have that Black Panther and Captain America game by Amy Hennig, the director of Uncharted 2. And hopefully, that actually releases and is good. But, it sucks that all these superhero games are getting canceled. But Marvel's doing better than DC, at least. They've actually releasing some games, and they actually have some coming out soon. Like, they have Rivals, they have Cosmic Invasion coming up, and they have that fighting game, Took On Fighting Souls, coming up too.
Right.
Whereas DC has Bupkis. So, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. It's just really disappointing. I was looking forward to it, and like, I really think that dissolving the entire studio was like just a really bad decision. I don't know, like, canceling the game, sure, whatever, that's fine. But like, it's, I don't know. EA is really not winning any points from me here. Doubly so because The Sims sucks now. Like, we're dissolving the studio to focus on The Sims, but The Sims is terrible. Like, it's terrible now. It used to be really good. They're not, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a decision that makes sense to me.
And I hope Skate is good. I know it's going to be free to play, which is both a blessing. It could be either a blessing and a curse, or a curse. I mean,
definitely more of a curse in EA's hands, I feel like.
But like, I feel like as long as like the base gameplay is good and the map is good, that's good enough. Like, you don't have to pay for anything. You just skate around, have fun. But they could easily mess it up with microtransactions, or even though they're claiming they aren't.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They could. Because, like, just getting EA to make single player games nowadays is like pulling teeth. They got very rare exceptions like Star Wars Jedi, Fallen Order, and Survivor. They haven't had a game like Mass Effect in a long time. They tried to make a Mass Effect, it was bad.
Mm.
Recently, news has come out about the very troubled development of Dragon Age: The Veilguard and how that game just went through a bunch of iterations of things that the people making the game itself did not want to make. And it was kind of EA forcing them to make something that they didn't, which is, a tale as old as time when it comes to game development. And that's why that game didn't do as well as they wanted it to, and why it reviewed so poorly. And yeah, EA just needs
Right.
to get their shit together. I wish Motive, I hope the Iron Man game is good, of course, but I wish Motive was working on Dead Space 2 instead of Iron Man,
Yeah.
because that's the team that made the Dead Space remake.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, from my understanding, I don't think the entire team was like just laid off. I think they must maybe, I don't know if all of them, but some of them were like just sent off to other teams to work on like Battlefield and stuff like that, which is like, that also sucks too, though.
I
Like,
hope so.
but I guess at
Yeah.
least they have a job.
Right.
But yeah, it sucks that studio was shut down.